How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with our live podcast for a Thursday, August 19th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Let's see who are the top scorers today at bullpenpicks.com. And looking at our leaders, still Patrick Klein, Gas House Gang at 961. Billy Bob is 93,699. He's at 803. And Nicky Bats at 798. And there's Isaiah Moore just chiming in to the bullpen. Good morning, Isaiah. How you doing? I see you're in fourth place right now at bullpenpicks.com. Good job on you. And there's Sniper. Hello, the Sniper. Plant-based junkie. Good day, folks. And the gang's all here, as they say. They're starting to stumble into the Ramblers and Gamblers, as Gary G&G from North Bay would say. And yeah, so bullpenpicks.com. Hopefully you guys are following some of the top pickers here at Bullpen Picks. In fact, looking at yesterday's leaders on the most followed, anyways, Eddie O. 74 followers, 8-7 yesterday. Yours truly, Ron Raymond, at 10-5 yesterday. You had a pretty good day. 10-5. Some of my best bets though were not as good at the ATS at Houston. What a way to lose that bet, right, on the Houston Astros last night. But had the upset special winner with Colorado, so picked up a nice little winner right there. You can see here, Gas House Gang, Patrick Klein getting some followers now. That's because he's on a good run. And so a lot of people, Patrick Klein went 10-5 yesterday. So guys, if you are using bullpenpicks.com, again, it's not a contest site. It's, the incentive is if you are a true gambler and you're a sports bettor and you do this every day and you're not using bullpen picks to your advantage, you're doing it wrong. Because bullpen picks is one of the best tools to have to validate your selection each and every day, because some of the guys that are here are on a winning note and having a winning season. And again, it's easy to follow some of the top scorers, top pickers, most followed, the hottest pickers. Put them in your bullpen. And again, once you make your roster bullpen, I always recommend to follow anywhere from 5 to 6 players. And anybody lower than 500, you got to yank them, right? Hey, you go like the manager goes to the mound. Hey, go get that righty or that lefty. Hey, but this, instead of a baseball, it's the mouse, right? Hey, that's how we go get our bullpen pickers here at bullpenpicks.com. Also, I'll have my selections at the end of the show. I forgot yesterday. Anytime I forget, you guys hopefully remind me to put in my picks at the end of the show. All right. Also, streetcatcher.com. And let's see who our leader is. Metalhead56. I don't think he played yesterday. He's on his won his last 4 selections at streetcatcher.com. And don't forget to sign up, as you see here at the bottom of the sign here. The football contest, the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest season number 10 is underway, and registration is open. And you can see the all the people who joined and won in the past. And folks, it's $25. You get to make 7 selections each and every week. You rate those selections 1 unit to 7 units, and the player with the most amount of units at the end of the season will win the Barron Championship ring, $1,500 in cash. And if you go 7-0 anytime during the contest, you will win $50 in cash. So think about this. You pay $25, you get $25 back, and you get $25 to kick around if you want to buy some beers and pizzas and whatever you want to do with that extra $25. Sign up today at WorldSeriesOfHandicapping.com. Only a few weeks left before NFL season kicks off, and hopefully we can get a lot of people signed up at WorldSeriesOfHandicapping.com. All right, let's take a look at the free horse racing selection. And again, folks, don't forget to share this video, these live streams on your social media feed, anywhere your platforms that you're using, either Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Share away, and welcome everybody. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion. I've been doing this since 1996. In 2009, I wrote the book Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, which if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see I have 30 of my top sports betting tips. And if you got 4 hours to kill, there's some good tips there for you to view, and hopefully it'll help you if you're a novice bettor. All right, let's go to today's free race horse racing tip. And in fact, if you're a horse bettor and you want to get our free tip sheet each and every day, go to Horses Free Tip Sheet, and in the free tip sheet, you'll see a pull-down menu. Today's free tip is from Del Mar in California. Man, all these racetracks that I plan to, like the old bucket list, one by one. But with COVID right now, it's really tough to travel these days. But I do intend to make it to Del Mar one day. Saratoga Springs. I've been to Gulfstream, been to Arlington. I've done a few tracks. Obviously Woodbine. But I want to, Del Mar is on my bucket list, so I do want to go. All right, so Del Mar today, first race, a $40,000 maiden claiming race, 5 p.m. post time at Del Mar, 6 furlongs on the dirt. We're going to go 7-4-6 in race number 1 today at Del Mar for Love Not Money with Flavian Pratt taking a ride here on the number 7 horse, 5-2 morning line on the 7 for Love Not Money. Rev Rita, Cedillo taking a ride here on Rev Rita, 3-1 morning line, and the 6 horse, Isa Guerrero. Desarmo taking a ride here on Isa Guerrero, the 6 horse, 6-1 morning line. Now, if you're going to play a joker selection here, semi-long shot, 4-1 morning line on Bulls of Cherry with Val Devilla Jr. taking a ride here on Bulls of Cherry, 4-1 morning line on the 3 horse, Bulls of Cherry. If you're going to play an exacta today at Del Mar at 5 o'clock Eastern, the first post time, I'm going to recommend 7-4-4-6-6-3 in race number 1. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 7-4-6-3-4-6. Sounds like a phone number, like a song that you're doing, 746, call my number type thing. 3-4-6, trifecta box. And don't forget to always box those horses. And if you're going to play the joker selection, take the 3 horse. If you got a $20 budget, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 3 horse. And this way, if he comes in second, hopefully you get some of that money back. And hopefully it brings you to the winner's circle. All right, that is your free horse racing tip today. Del Mar, first race is at 5 p.m. post time. And again, you can get the entire tip sheet for free just by going to atsstats.com. Go to horses, go to free tip sheet. And we also got the premium tip sheets if you want to bet all the other races. And tomorrow's races are already up right now. All right, let's take a look at the SBI. We're going to take a look at the, once we do the SBI, we're going to go into the NFL, the CFL, and then we'll talk about Major League Baseball. We do have an NFL preseason game here today, and I got an opinion on that game tonight between the Eagles and the Patriots. Also, you got the Edmonton Elks taking on the BC Lions on the West Coast in Canada. If you're a CFL fan, if you're a Kramer, hey, remember the Kramer's episode? He goes, hey, Kramer, you watching the game tonight? He goes, no, I only follow the CFL. Yeah, gotta love Kramer for following the CFL, right? Good old CFL football. And then we'll talk about the all the other games today in Major League Baseball. All right, so I see Isaiah says the daily record consensus is valuable too. And yeah, it is very valuable. He's talking about bullpenpicks.com. And you know what? I was thinking I would love to maybe start like a parlays type contest with all the favorites winning in Major League Baseball. I think people should post their top 3 plays as a parlay, once we break down all the games. So this way, the more the merrier. The more people that watch the show and they post their picks, I think would be a great asset to the bullpen and the ramblers and gamblers who tune in daily here at the Raymond Report. All right, let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And I do have some good information for you guys, too. I'm going to do a PVI SOS breakdown. This inside, if you're a member of ATSstats.com, the dashboard is the brains of the site, right? You get into the dashboard, and all these buttons right here lead to tools. I've been doing this. This website's been in existence since 2004. I want to say 2004, 2002. I can't remember. Hit 53 the other day, so you just don't. The old brain cells are not connecting sometimes. But there is so much tools in this dashboard that I basically need like an hour in some of these tools to really explain the value of these tools. But again, if you are a member, you probably know this already. And if you're on the fence of getting a membership before the NFL college football season, $24.99 for a monthly membership. And if you use promo code FB21, F is in Foxtrot, B is in Bravo, 21, get 20% off. It's probably one of the best value investment you'll make if you're a sports handicapper or sports betting investor, right? All right, so let's go to SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's see what has come in yesterday in Major League Baseball. And we've been saying all along the favorites have been really on a tear of those double-digit days, right? But, we're slowing down last week was just ridiculous. 5 of the last 7 days last week, double-digit favorites were killing it. But you can see it's slowing down just a bit. And that's good for us underdog bettors, right? Because, favorites are just absolutely killing us if you're a dog bettor, right? Now, look at this. The last 4 days, 3 of the last 4 days, the unders have really kicked in. And if you look at the 7-day average, 47.1% of the overs have come in, but 53% of the unders. So we are in a neutral market on the 7-day average, but in the 3-day average, we are now in a bullish market for unders, bearish market for the over. And if you look at the 7-day average for favorites, 60.3% of the favorites have come in. All right, happy belated, says Sniper. Thank you, Snipe. Good morning, all. There's Corner Gas. There's Chad. Hopefully Chad's doing well, getting ready for... Hey, you getting ready for our Ottawa Red Blast to invade your Mosaic Stadium this weekend? Hey, we got no offense, but our defense, it would be if it was rugby, maybe it'd be better. But if we can get our offense going in Ottawa, maybe. But it's only one game. We'll give it a chance. All right, so that's the SBI today for a Thursday, a full Friday. That's what I call our Thursday, a full Friday. It's August 19th. All right. Now, here's the thing. I got an opinion on the game tonight between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. Now, the Patriots going into this game as a -1 point road favorite. The over-under in this game is 38. And for the Patriots in their last contest, and we look at their last game, was a 22-13 victory. And they beat the Washington Football Club 22-13. Little garbage touchdown at the end, but that happens. And then the Steelers took the better of the Philadelphia Eagles in their last game, and the final score in that game. Let me bring up that final score right here. It was 24-16. Now, looking at the the thing with preseason football, you almost need to be a coach or an insider to know who's playing, who's not. And look at Minnesota last week, right? Didn't even sat down like 30 players or something like that. The whole offensive line didn't even play. But you're looking at the rotation of the New England Patriots. And this is not in order. Cam Newton, Mac Jones, Jared Stidham, Brian Hoyer. Going in tonight's preseason game against the Eagles rotation of quarterbacks. And when you look at the Eagles, you got Jalen Hurts, Joe Flacco, Nick Mullins. Pretty balanced when you look at that, right? Maybe the edge goes to, when you get to the backups, it maybe goes to the Eagles. But here's my take on tonight's game. I think Belichick right now, he's got a fragile football team. He's coming off a season that he's not used to. He's seen Tom Brady winning Super Bowls without them. And, they did a lot of acquisitions in the offseason to try to get some weapons on offense. And you saw Belichick's intention last game. He didn't want to lose that game. And as a football coach myself, knowing that when you're involved in a football game, you're not thinking it's preseason. You're thinking of being successful. You're thinking of being productive on offense, shutting down if you're on defense, shutting down the offense. Special teams, don't get the one thing in special teams, you don't want to give 10 yards. We always say as a football coach, in special teams, if you are on special teams, you're a special teams coach. Your goal is to get 10 yards because on special teams, 10 yards is a first down, and that's every special teams coach's first objective. Punt return, kickoff return, anything. Field goals and all that's a little bit different. But anytime you get some type of return, the objective is to get 10 yards because 10 yard equals to a first down. And, field goals, kickers got to make your kicks, right? But I think Belichick going into this game, knowing he has a fragile football team and knowing what happened last season, and doesn't want to look back at all the games and say, you know what, I don't want any doubt creeping in that we're gonna have a really season like last year. So I think in his mindset he's gonna want to win this football game, and that's why I'm gonna lean with the Patriots here tonight. I really think they're gonna treat this game. Not that it's NFL Week 1, but I think they're going to want to win it because the last thing Belichick doesn't like losing. We all know that, and having that feeling of losing, and I bet you they had a pretty good practice this week because they had that win last week, and I think going into tonight, from a coaching point stand of view, you want to build momentum going into Week 1, and by getting momentum. you do the little things right? And we'll see with Mac Jones' second game, how much playing time he's going to get. And, the inner race between Cam Newton and Mac Jones, I think we're going to see some good quarterback play. My only question is on Philadelphia, how much time is Jalen Hurts going to get? And Flacco, is he on, Flacco's been he's no spring chicken, right? So how much wear and tear do they want to give him in the preseason? So I think tonight, if you're going to play this game here tonight, I think New England -1. And you know what? Because it's -1, I'd probably even play I'd rather play the money line. The money line is -115. So if you're playing -108 at bookmaker, why wouldn't you spend the other $7 and just make it 115 on the money line? It's almost like NBA, right? The last thing you want to see is a 16-15 score, and you didn't spend the other $7 because you're too cheap. Hey, you don't want to be the cheap guy, right? You don't want to be that, when the waiter comes, alligator arms there. When the tip comes, hey, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be alligator arms, right? You want to be, you want to be the one who picks up that check, right? What's up, Derek? How you doing? Derek Perez in the house. Chad Suzuka. Riders to win. Sorry, buddy. Oh, don't be sorry. I think you're right. OG, what's up? Great morning. Thanks for the knowledge. You're welcome, OG. And so welcome to the show, everybody. And again, if you are new to the Raymond Report, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. And just like the top of the menu says, daily show, 10:30 Eastern each and every day, right until Super Bowl. And we're locked in and loaded. I got my seatbelt on and ready for NFL, college football, and some CFL. Man, football's in the air. I can feel it, right? All right, so that is my take on tonight's NFL game. What do you guys think? I would love to hear from the ramblers and gamblers out there in the bullpen. Give me your opinion on what you think should be a good game here tonight. Is it going to be a good game? Are we going to see anything anything that we're not really expecting? Do you guys expecting a good game tonight? By the New England Patriots? Are Eagle fans going to be right into this game? Is it going to be what's the stadium capacity tonight? Is it going to be a half a house? Are Patriot fans going to travel to see a preseason game? Hey, I don't think so. But nope. I got a little move. I got to move myself there. You just saw me do a little shake to the left. But just got to align myself here on the screen. But CFL, we talked about the CFL. And, I'm, as you guys know, I'm Canadian. I'm born and raised here in Ottawa. And I love the CFL. CFL to me is, when I grew up, I always wanted to play in the CFL, be a CFL player. And, Ottawa, I grew up liking a lot of teams. I obviously with the Ottawa Rough Riders, but I also liked Montreal and the BC Lions. And sure enough, BC Lions are playing tonight. And they're playing the Edmonton Elks. Now, Edmonton... when you look at this game here tonight, now I'm gonna look at these sports books are killing me. They'll put up every preseason football games for the NFL, but when it comes to CFL, it's like you gotta send a search and rescue team to find lines out there because bookmaker finally put up all their lines. All right, so this line opened up -5 for BC, and it's now down to 3.5. The over/under at 47.5. And the money lines, -168 for BC, 150 for the Edmonton Elks. Now, the issue, the reason why I think this line is coming down is because of the Riley, right? Michael Riley for the quarterback for the BC Lions. There's something going on that it hasn't been made public, but everybody's talking about it, and it's his arm. I don't know if his throwing arm, if it's a shoulder. He's not throwing a lot of deep balls. A lot of dinking and dunking. BC's got 3 of the top 10 receivers in the league right now. When you look at the first 2 weeks, BC on offense, look at that. They could be 2-0 if they would have not had that bad start. And they started Nathan Rourke, another Canadian quarterback out of Toronto area. I think it's near Burlington. And now Edmonton coming in tonight 0-2. Now Edmonton on offense, they can sling it, right? They got Trevor Harris, his pass completion percentage is 71.2. He's got 566 yards in the air, 3 interceptions. You don't want to see that. And there's, the one thing in Edmonton, the City of Champions. If you know the City of Champions, they don't take kind to losing, right? They're used to hoisting Stanley Cups and Grey Cups in Edmonton, and the 0-2 start, I'm pretty sure is not sitting well with the Edmonton faithfuls right now. And this Trevor Harris is going to feel the pressure tonight. They're going to feel the pressure, but I'm not worried about Edmonton's offense. Their defense. Their defense, to me, like, think of it. You lost to the Ottawa Red Blacks, who have no offense. And Ottawa, in the last game, Matt Nichols threw for 71 yards. So now Edmonton going to face those three top receivers in the league. Hopefully Riley's okay. If not, Nathan Rourke get in. He got his feet wet in week 1 against Saskatchewan. I really like the over in this game. I think there's going to be a lot of firepower, and I think the over is where you want to go. And if you look at the forecast, I did release my CFL podcast this week. It's on my YouTube channel. But here's my prediction: 32-20. I agree with the computer picking this one. And if you could take the over at 53, I think that's a good line. In fact, what's the line now? 47. So it opened up at 50. Let me see here. It opened up at, what did the line that I have? I had, I believe it was 46.5, and it's now up to 47.5. So I do like the over better, but I do like BC to win. What's the money line on BC? It's amazing how much, the last couple of years, the point spread, like if you look at basketball this year, the bookmakers caught on late, right? They caught on late that a lot of gamblers were just betting money line if the line was -3 or lower. It's like baseball, right? If you're going to bet 150 in baseball, 170, and I got a feeling you're going to start seeing the bookmakers try to make an adjustment. But I do have a play on the money line on the BC Lions here tonight, and I do like the over. So those are my two opinions on tonight's game for all our Canadian football fans out there. All right, and if you're, Canadian football, NFL football, college football, if you're just a football fan and you're a football fanatic, it doesn't matter. And if you've never watched a CFL football game, and again, I'll always go back to that perception versus reality. Watch a couple of games, and make sure you just don't watch maybe Ottawa against Hamilton, not this year anyways, but watch a game this weekend. Watch Winnipeg and Toronto. I think that's going to be the game to watch. And tonight's game, Edmonton, BC, I think will be a good game to watch too. All right, there you have it. That is my CFL rant today, and hopefully that pans out for you. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to break down all the games in Major League Baseball. Now, one thing I want to show you here, I talk about all the time, value, perception versus, reality, right? And there's always a perception on what the line should be. Now, if you are a member of ATSstats.com, I got a lot of tools here, right, in the toolbox. If you go to dashboard, this is what I call my toolbox right here. And this is where I go get all my tools. And I'm going to explain to you guys how the PVI SOS, you can use it. I won't do it every game. I'll do maybe the first two. So you get an idea on some of these tools. And again, a lot of these tools that I've built throughout the years, if it's very time consuming. If you're serious, and if you watch some of my sports betting videos, I talk about the action junkie or the action investor compared to the sports investor. If you're an action investor, you're probably not even going to touch the tools because you're probably your lifestyle is just 100 miles an hour. You're just always on the go. But if you're a sports betting investor, you got to put in the time if you want to see the results, right? And to me, when you're using the tools here at ATSstats.com, so we'll do the first game, the PVI SOS. PVI stands for Parity Value Index. So much parity now in sports. So Parity Value Index, strength of schedule. And what I do here is just like the title says, I look at the parity and I look at the strength of schedule of all the teams of who they face. And if you are a member of the or you watch my videos and you understand the Raymond Report, I grade my teams A, B, and C. A-type teams are teams that are 60% or higher in the standings. 50 to 59.9 are B-type teams, and the C-type teams are your disinterested, your bottom dwellers. Those are teams below 500. Now, Angels are playing this afternoon, 1 p.m. start against the Tigers. Hopefully Miggy gets that home run tonight. I'm starting to feel bad for him, right? There's so much pressure on Cabrera to hit that 500 home run. Everybody's like missing work or going. It'll be interesting to see if that the stadium will be full today. Like, am I going to miss work today because Cabrera hasn't hit? Everybody was hoping he'd do it last night so they go to work today or something, right? And you want to be part of history. You want to go see that live, right? It's you want to see something like that live. All right, so PVI SOS. So what I do here is I look at the LA Angels. Now they're facing Detroit, the Tigers. Now the Tigers are 58-64. They're a C-type team, and then they're neutral. They're in a neutral cycle right now. And if you again, teams that are 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 in their last 7 games, I call those bullish teams. Those bullish teams have a high confidence level of the betting public. Neutral is 3-4, 4-3. And if you are 0-7, 1-6, or 2-5, then you're bearish, right? Low confidence from the public, but the most value. Now the Tigers are they're a C-type team, and they're what now? They're neutral. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look when the LA Angels are on the road against those C-type teams, and you can see here the PVI, the neutral, the bearish, and all that. You want to really see how they do as a road favorite. So today's line is -109. Let me just check with Bookmaker what the latest line is. And you can see that the Tigers, the Angels, -111. So we're still right there. So when the Angels are on the road this season and they're facing a team, so they're facing a team like the Tigers that are C neutral, they face 22 of those type teams. And throughout all these teams that they face, so teams like Detroit, Texas, Minnesota, Arizona, Houston at the beginning of the year when they were really bad. And again, it goes into the moment, right? So today, like Houston today is not a C-type team. But if you look at on April 22nd, the way they started in that day, the mindset that day was that they weren't good. So knowing that they weren't good in the series on the April 22nd to the 24th, check what the mindset was of the bookmaker and the betting public that day, right? Now Houston's a different team. Their record's a little bit better. They're 70-50 on the year. But that day on April 22nd and 23rd, they were a C-type team, but they were also a favorite against the Angels in that day. But anyways, the Angels are a favorite today. And on the season, so this is how you're really gauging if you have value today on August 19th. Look at this, -126. So what I did is since the beginning of the year, anytime the Angels are facing those C-type teams, so teams below 500, and they're labeled a favorite, the average price is 126, and they're -109 today. So there's good value today on the Angels on the perception. Now that's perception versus reality, right? Now this is the perception of what the line should be, and you compare that perception with today's perception of -109. You can see there's a bit of a difference right there. There's like 16, 17 cent difference. But here's the reality. The reality is the final score is normally 4.41 to 4.5. So it does favor the average score, does favor the home team. But the Angels are 14-8 in those situations, 9, 12, and 1 to the under. All right. So that is the LA Angels, and this is why I say there's no way I can break down every game using all the tools, because I would take about 30 minutes just analyzing just one game, right? But again, if you are a serious sports handicapper, these are the tools at the Raymond Report that can help you win. And you pick and choose your games, right? Pick and choose your games. You're not going to lay 360 today on Tampa Bay. But again, I'm just going to do one game. I'm only going to do one game to show you the PVI SOS. So this way you can see if there's value from a perception point of view and then the reality point of view, right? Am I making any sense here? I feel like, I'm just talking. I feel like I'm talking in thin air and I don't see any. I can just see everybody like deer in the headlights. So what the hell is he talking about? I would love to hear your feedback if you guys are, you're sitting at the front of the desk or are you at the back of the class here? Hey, where's all my students today in the bullpen? I thought I had people coming in saying they brought their notepads here today, right? But yeah, so I just wanted to see if you guys are, the buy-in, right? Is there buy-in in this type of mentality when it comes to the Raymond Report, right? All right, so let's take a look at Detroit. Now Detroit facing the LA Angels. The Angels are 61-61, so they're a B-type team for now. And they're neutral because that's either they're 3-4 or 4-3 in their last 7 games. So let's see Detroit against those B-type teams. So teams like Boston, St. Louis, Yankees, Cleveland. At that moment, right? At that moment. Again, the Yankees now having a good run. They were a C-type team at one point, May 28th, but now they're a B-type team. So but at that point they were a B-type team. And so the Detroit Tigers facing those B-type teams at home. Now they're an underdog, and normally when they're an underdog against those B-type teams, the perception is 134, and they're plus 104. So that's a 20 cent or $20 difference right there. So you know what? That tells me from a perception point of view, the bookmakers are giving them a little bit of respect here, right? But the reality is they normally win 3.6 to 2.9. So they do very well against those beat-type teams at home. 7-6 straight up, but look at this. 2-10-1, 2-10-1 to the under. 2-10-1 to the under against those beat-type teams. And last night's game was 3-1. And if you look at here against those beat-type teams, look at this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, you know what? Let's. I'm not going to go back to May. Let's go back to June right here. All right, or August. Stake in August. 1, 2, 3, 4. The four last games against those beat-type teams have gone under the total. And 1, 2, 3. 7 of the last 8 have gone under. So you got Matt Manning going up against Jose Quintana. Now, Quintana I haven't seen pitch in a while. And let me check out his numbers. In fact, when was the last time Quintana pitched for the Angels? August 15th. Okay, so bullpen looks like a bullpen guy. So let me see here. Quintana will start, who was placed on a 10-day injured. Okay, so Quintana rush starts. So I'm not sure if he's a bullpen. Yeah, filled the bullpen role. So that's why so you're going to see bullpen by committee today in the game between the Angels and the Detroit Tigers. All right, let's see what you guys are saying right now. All good. We are listening. All right, as long as you're listening, right? So I don't want to be talking to dead air and it's like people. Hello, anybody out there? Hey, what's that song there? Pink Floyd. Anybody out there? All good. We're all listening. I got my pen in front of the class. Great content, says OJ Wheat. It makes so much sense to me, says BJ. Where's my Cliff Notes to cap? And yeah, I know. Hey, I need like a Twitter version of 140 characters to get it out there, so people don't say, "Oh, look at that shiny thing in the corner." Hey, lose your attention spans out there. But it could be dry to some people, especially if you're not a big baseball fan. But making money is not easy. You know what I mean? Like if you want to make money, you got to do the work. You got to get your hands dirty sometimes. Put on the construction gloves and you get your computer mouse going and really dig into the numbers. And I talk it all the time, right? Perception versus reality, value, percentage play, and the performance cycle. This is part of the cycle section of always what I'm talking about, performance cycles. And folks, handicapping from when I started in the sports betting world, when I first started in the 90s, compared to what it is right now, it's all parity driven. How do you handicap that Houston Astro Kansas City Royal game last night? How do you handicap the play at the plate? You know what I mean? Like, great throw by the outfielder to tag out the Astros player at the plate. I think it was Perez, the catcher. But I thought that was a great, I obviously I'm not happy with the results because I had Houston, but sometimes you got to tip your hat and say, what a hell of a game. And it's good to be alive, right? Good to be alive, good to watch these games, and hopefully you guys were if you're on Kansas City, good, you're smiling like a butcher's dog right now, but don't spend all that money in one place. But if you had Colorado like we did as our bullpen picks, or the our underdog special last night here in the pick section at the Raymond Report, we did all right. All right, so I wanted to show you guys that. And again, each and every day, I'm always going to start off the show. I always love starting these shows with a, instead of like, belly flopping into the pool or, like just, diving right in. I always like to bring a bit of knowledge on how some of the tools that I've created over the last couple of years and see how we do, right? All right, so let me see where some of the people are saying here. Where's my Cliff Notes, says Mark Nation. Peyton Sports Girl, here, Coach Raymond's classroom with my notepad and pen going a million miles an hour. Your knowledge is golden. I went 4-5 yesterday thanks to the Raymond Report. Awesome, Peyton Sports Girl. Hey, good job. We're definitely listening, says Lex Steele. And Teacher's Pet, says Mark Nations. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, we're one big happy family here at the Raymond Report. If I can just stop drooling over the mic here, I think it'll be all right. But yeah, we're hey, you know what? It's another good day here today. We got some NFL, CFL, we got Major League Baseball, and we're, always learning, right? Always learning. So let's kick it off here at the Rain Report. We're gonna take a look here at the Angels taking on the Tigers. Now, I went through the value. There's good value here on the Tigers. I think the under might be a good play here. I think this is getaway day for the Angels. They're going to Cleveland in their next contest, and Detroit going to Toronto. They're going to cross the border and come do their COVID testing up here at the border here. But come on down. We're waiting for you, Detroit, and we look forward to having you here at the Rogers Sky Dome in Toronto. Matt Manning again starting for the Tigers, 4-6 straight up for the Tigers when he goes. And looking at the line, minus 109, but I'm seeing bookmaker at 111. ATS forecast, 5.08, 3.6, the over-under at 8.71. And so it does like it to go under the total. I do like the under here today. I do like the under. You saw the record against Detroit, against those B-type teams. In fact, 2-10-1 overall, and 9-12-1 for the Angels against those teams that are below 500. Now, there is value today on the Tigers. The thing is, and I'm going to do another chart. Hey, here's a shocker. I'm going to make more tools. I got an idea of, having like almost like a cheat sheet where, teams like Detroit, teams below 500, coming off a 3-game losing streak at home, what would be the ideal percentage play on that team, right? And when you look at the percentage play, 76% chance of winning compared to 42%. And again, think of the perception versus reality out there. You got a team like Detroit below 500 against a team like the Angels who are right at 500. Angels on a 2-game win streak. They're on the road. Detroit on a 3-game losing streak. The do factor is about to kick in. From a percentage and value point of view, I think there's great value on the Tigers here today. I just wish they would get that friggin' home run done and over with, so this way Miggy can get on and the whole team and the whole Detroit organization can start breathing again, right? Hey, we're fans and we're feeling it, right? Like I feel it for him at the bat when he's at the plate. I'm just like, come on, man, let's get this going here. Let's crank it out of the yards and let's get on with our day here, right? All right. So looking at some of the numbers, you can see 10-7. Look at this. The Angels last 30 days, 4-13. You know what? I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here. I'll spend. How many other websites are going to spend 20 minutes on Angels and Tigers, right? Hey, oh man. Anyways, so I do like the Tigers here today, but I do like the under, so I'm really confused on which one I want to bet on, but that's why we're doing the handicapping. What do you guys like in this one? You guys like the Angels, the Tigers? Give me your opinion. I'd love to hear about it. All right, you know what? ATS calculator. I'll see what the ATS calculator. I'll come back to that in just 1 second. In fact, let me bring it up on this. Speaking of tools, hey, there's one thing that we're not short of here at the Raymond Report is tools. I always got a lot of tools because you know what? I like having facts behind the rationale or my decisions that I'm making, right? So let me bring this over here. Let's go to MLB and let's see what the LA Angels taking on the Tigers. Survey says home team by 9.23. Ah, crap. Well, what's the total? I don't want BC Lions. Was it the total in that game was what, 9.5? Yeah, okay, so it does like it under, and it likes Detroit. So yeah, you know what? I think that'll push me over the edge here on Detroit. OG likes the under. Miggy will probably hit it against the Jays, knowing their luck. Hey, I would love to see, I wish I was in Toronto. If he doesn't hit it, I would love to get a weekend series to that, see if he hits it in Toronto. But we'll see. All right, Shane McClanahan going up against Jorge Lopez today of the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore, hey, when it rains, it pours, right? 14 straight losses. Tampa Bay, 3 straight wins. 360 is the price. And I'm looking at bookmaker right now. Tampa Bay, how much is it now? 370. Hey, just go to the bathroom and come back, and it's up by 10 cents. 7-3 for Tampa Bay in their last 10. 8-2 to the over. If you're gonna play this game today, the total I think is where you want to lean. And let's take a look at the Orioles numbers. 6-4 in the month of August to the over when they're on the road. And not a lot of I'm not seeing a lot of edges. 4th game of a series. So normally home teams, when they're playing a 4th game of a series, 48, 67, and 7 to the under. And last night, I think every game's gone over in this series, right? Maybe the under. The percentage play does favor the under tonight. McClanahan against Lopez. And let me take a look at quickly of Lopez's numbers here. I don't know if it's Jorge Lopez or George Lopez. I'm not sure. So I apologize if I'm butchering his name right there. 3-13, 6.14 ERA. Yeah, I don't think I want to touch the under in that game. But what do you guys think? Are you guys feeling this game here? Let me take a look at Tampa Bay's. Yeah, 10-4 last 30 days, 8-5-1 to the over. Yeah, you know what? No play for me. When in doubt, get out. But I do like Tampa Bay. Seattle taking on the Texas Rangers. Now you got the mullet, Luis Garcia, going up against Mike Minor. Pretty good pitching matchup right there. And let me see here. The home, yeah. So I did a little bit of research here. Again, let me go to my database, the old faithful database that I have, and check this out. So Kansas City going into this one as a 147 underdog, and with a win today, it would be a clean sweep. I don't think the Astros want to be swept by Kansas City, right? So let's take a look at this. Home underdogs coming off a one-run win. What a win that was last night. Hey, play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it. Stop right there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, no, you don't like that one. Let's take a look at this. Current season. Look at the home underdog record. Oh, wrong. Against a team that's 51 to 60% in the standings. (31-22). That is pretty good. That is pretty good for a home underdog record. So let me take a look at this here. Any home underdogs coming off a one-run win this year, and they're facing an opponent, so B-type team, that has a 51 to 60% win percentage. The underdog is 31-22. Like, this is not like 23-22. This is 9 games above 500. So I think Kansas City. If you do like Kansas City here today, I'm all over the place here. I'm doing Seattle, Texas, but I'm already handicapping Kansas City. Anyways, I wanted to show you that game for Kansas City, but Seattle taking on Texas, hey? But, yeah, let me get back here. Chris Flexen taking on Spencer Howard. Minus 143 is the line. 4.49, 3.63, the over-under at 8.12. Seattle, 7-3 in their last 10. 3-7 for the Texas Rangers. Looking at the line value, minus 126. And, overvalued today if you do like the Seattle Mariners. And 182 for the Texas Rangers, who are on a 2-game losing streak. And, again, Mike Minor going up against Chris Flexen. And taking a look at Texas at home, 28-33. Seattle, 28-31. Looking at the Seattle Mariners, 1-5 straight up, coming off a 2-game winning streak this year. So they don't do pretty good in the third game. The league average is 90-103. But you know what? Flexen's been solid all year. Flexen has been solid all year. And let me go take a look at Chris Flexen's number right now. 10-5 on the season, 3.78. And looking at 6 hits, 2 runs in his last start against Toronto. In fact, he's been pretty good. He's been having a really good season. I think Flexen is, I don't know, tough one here. Really tough one. Look at what's the percentage play here. The percentage play on the Texas Rangers, 40 to 66. Texas sending Mike Minor when Minor, let me see, Minor on the season. Let me take a look here at Mike Minor. 8-11, 3.53 ERA. Minor, he is coming off a decision in the last start. Went 7 innings. He's gone 7 innings his last 2 starts. So, you know what? If you do like Texas here today, I think there's some good value. Again, they're on a 2-game losing streak. And, you know what? Conflicting numbers. I got Spencer Howard, and then it says Mike Minor over here. So, I don't know. Do you guys know who the starting pitcher is today? Let me see here. Dude, that was suspicious for sure. They know something. Focus. Minus 150 when I woke up. Now 135. That is weird, says Carlton Johnson. Seattle gets no respect from the oddsmaker. Yeah, you know what? Seattle, San Francisco. Even San Francisco still, the respect level, even though we know they're good. Do we really think they're going to win the World Series? Do we think they're going to beat the Dodgers? That's the question, right? That's the big question. But you know what? Going into this one here, Flexen's been solid all year. Now, just, I'm seeing different reports here on who's starting for the Texas Rangers. It says here Spencer Howard, and then, but I think from a value perspective, if you do like the Texas Rangers, they play better at home than on the road. But I think the under is where you want to lean. Look at this. 3rd game of a series, 3-12-2 for the Texas Rangers at home this year. During day games, Texas to 2-13-2. So I think the under is where I'm going to lean here today between Seattle and the Texas Rangers. All right, Houston. All right, let's take a look at Houston here taking on the Kansas City Royals. Now, I showed you that underdog stat on the Houston Kansas City Royals. Any home underdog coming off a 1-run win and a 51 to 60% win percentage, the underdog is 31-22 on the year. That's really good value. Luis Garcia going up against Mike Minor. Okay, Kansas City. That's why I was all thrown off there. Mike Minor going for it, Kansas City. 5.01, 3.83. The over/under at 8.84. And I'm going to take a look at Mike Minor's 8-13, 5.35 ERA, 1.27. Man, that's a pretty high ERA. Luis Garcia in his last start, 9-6, 3.30 ERA. Garcia's coming off 2 wins. Only 5 innings last game against the Angels, and that's probably his norm though. His highest innings this season, I'm seeing a 7th against Boston, and that was June 1st. But that was the highest innings he's ever lasted. But let's talk about the do factor for the Houston Astros, right? Houston Astros minus 163. My line on the game minus 209. We all know Houston's got all the tools, right? They got all the players that it's there's a lot of talent on this team. But again, for some reason, Kansas City just owns them in this series, and they're going for the clean sweep. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to do. But I'm going to have a lean on the home underdog here. I do like that stat on home underdogs coming off a 1-run win this year against those opponents with a 51 to 60% win percentage. I'm going to lean with the home underdog. Kansas City this year only 1-2 in the 4th game of the series. Home teams are 58-64. The under 0-3. But my rule of thumb, right? Look at this during day games. Kansas City 4-13-1. So my rule of thumb is this: if you like the underdog, you take the under. If you like the favorite, you take the over. I like the underdog in this one, and I do like the under. All right, Oakland taking on the Chicago White Sox. Houston sucks, says Rock Ratchet. Houston sucks the last 3 in a row. Yeah, but the most important game is today's game, right, Rock? So let's see what happens here today. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I was Seattle all day when I woke up. Howard, I see Howard as the pitcher, says Lori Bauer. Howard listened on